What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. Today, man, we want to talk about, I think, probably one of the big things with this game. I think it gets a lot of flack, and it needs some optimization, but that is out of our control, right? We're going to focus on what we can control. And today, we're going to talk about your graphics and your graphic settings, right? Because for some, yeah, might need some more optimization. But in my opinion, I think for a lot of people, you're not lagging, you're just dropping frames. So what does that mean? Hopefully, if I can remember, I'm gonna put a. If you play Call of Duty, like on Modern Warfare 3, we'll use that for the example. You have the option, or at least on PC, to see your frames per second, to see how smooth your gameplay is going to be. Now, with that, if your hardware cannot handle, it's not strong enough, you're going to drop frames if you try to put too much, try to throw too much at it. I think that's what's happening here with a lot of games. So let's kind of go into our settings, and I want you to let's kind of structure how you're looking at your graphic settings, right? Now again, first bar visual quality. I think a lot of people are getting stuck on the naming scheme of everything. From when the game launched, there's always just been two options you've been able to pick, whether it's high, peak, medium, high, um, low, medium, whatever it was. It's always been two. Now, before the game officially released, the two same thing. You had two options, but the visual quality was: did you want to focus more on resolution, how good the game looks, normally the higher option, or did you want to focus more on frame rate, how smooth the gameplay is, which was normally the lower one? When now that the game is out, have that same thought process behind this. Hey, don't look at it like, oh, I want my graphics on the highest level because I just bought this. No, no, no. Do you want to focus on graphic settings? Do you want it to look nicer, or do you want it to play smoother? That's how you should look at visual quality. We're gonna skip these other two for right now, and we're gonna go straight to the frame rate FPS. Normally, right? I will say this: if you're struggling, if you're dropping frames, to me, start off at 30, play a game, see how it runs. If it's smooth and you don't see that big kind of spike of dropping and super, is gameplay like a slideshow, go up a tick. And then if it's and rinse and repeat. Honestly, I don't think unless you're on probably the M2 iPad Pro, I don't think anybody should really be playing on uncapped frames. I don't think so. I think there's too much variables moving around, and I think the frame rate is too sporadic. And again, we don't have a counter to know, but just from my plan, I play on the iPad Pro M1 when I stream and when I'm making content. So, and normally 60 is good for me. Uncap is fine, but sometimes you have those dips. I think right now, safe to say, hey, uncap, go ahead and leave that alone, Playboy. Look at 60 as like the top of the food chain, and depending on where you have your visual quality, probably is where you need to have your FPS. If you're doing, hey, I want top of the line, I want this thing to look closer to like Modern Warfare, and I ain't really worried about my frame rate, put it on peak, but your frame rate should definitely be either 30 or 45. And then if you want, again, I want the smoother experience, then probably 45, 60. You know what I mean? I think that's how you should kind of look at that. Like those two definitely play in tandem. So whichever way you have your quality set, kind of match that with your FPS. Now, for the middle to that scale, performance optimization is easy. If you're on the go and you're more concerned about your battery life, definitely I think you should have it on battery. But again, probably drop your frames per second as well, and you should be probably playing on the lower one as well. Um, Frame rate, again, self-explanatory. You want a smoother experience, have it there. It probably drains some more of your battery life, but again, you probably plugged up to a dock like I am, or you're connected to a bat. You know what I mean? So you're good to go. Now for this one, I honestly don't know if this works better or not, but it says high res streaming over mobile data plan. So for your textures in the game and this, that, and the fourth, do you want that to be streamed while you're on the go? I personally turned this off because I seen someone say that that might be pulling on the performance. I personally, I don't know if I've seen quite a change, but this would be something I would say to check out. Hey, try a game, yes. Try a game, no. See which one works better for you. And then last thing is FOV, field of view. If you, I think the default was like 60 if I remember right. I don't remember how much it was. No, it couldn't be 60. What was that? 80? Oh, I think at 80. 80 was like the starting what's it called it. If you max it out to 90, this is gonna pull more what's it called it. It's gonna pull more resources because it's showing you more of the game, so it's gotta render more stuff. So that also, hey, if you're still kind of issuing some dibs, probably drop your FOV down a little bit as well. That's the big thing. Um, and that's how you should look at your graphic settings. Like I said, man, I think personally with Warzone Mobile is gonna like a baby step into you like what this was like when you're dealing with PC, right? Is it ain't just laid out for you. You got to kind of do some tweaking and playing in trial and error to see what works best for you in your situation. And again, like I said, optimization, we know that. We put that to the side because none of us are developers. We not developing the game. So we're this video is to focus on what you can control. And I would say play around with the settings, see what best works for you. And I think that will give you your best experience right now. They're gonna update the game, but this is just like in the meantime. Hopefully this helps out somebody. Let me know in the comment section below what you have for your settings, how that works for you, what did, what didn't work, and the device that you're playing on may help somebody else out. That's it, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. If you made it to the end of the video, salute. But that's it, man. Much love, and we get back to the PC side. Much love. Peace.